While I was at PAX, someone came up to me and told me they liked my cosplay or my costume play. What? They think I was Professor X? Jerks. What's up, guys? This is Chuck, AskACapper, or Only Use Me Face, because I'm a quadriplegic gamer and that's how I play. And here is your PAX update from how things went when I went down to PAX and talked about custom button remapping. And thank you, everybody, for supporting the remapping petition. You guys are awesome. Thanks, internets. It's been great, and here's what happened. I'm going to do a breakdown day by day. I was down there for 2 days. Got down there on Friday and stayed overnight on Saturday. I was doing some toe hunting while I was there. Got 22 toes I rolled over. Good times. So on day one, it was interesting getting down there. Boston driving in traffic is crazy. But definitely a good time. I got down there about 10 o'clock on Friday. The guys who run, or who are Penny Arcade, the comic writers, Mike and Jerry, they do a Q&A every PAX, which if you ever want to go to PAX Prime or PAX East, go to one of their Q&As. They're hilarious. They're awesome. And I went to that. It started at 11, and that was really awesome, super funny. And I was able to ask them. I got up to the mic and asked them if they supported button remapping, and they said they did. Again, second year in a row. I'm going to go back next year and ask the same thing. So after that, I went and I met Paintball Kitty and FPS Russia. And FPS Russia said, if you don't sign the petition, I'll shoot you and your families. Russia's crazy. So it was good to meet them. And about 2 o'clock, I had an interview set up. And the interview was set up by Dave Oshry. He's from Rip 10. And he's super cool. Totally supports remapping. And I'll have links to him down below. You should just stop by maybe and say hi and thanks. But he set up an interview with Splash Damage, who they're the developer who's making Brink. So cool to sit down and just talk to these guys, just to let them know that we disabled gamers and just every gamer appreciates that they're taking a first-person shooter and they're putting full remapping in. And they allowed me to see the layout and go in and actually I was able to tweak my controls, and then I did a little bit of PAX stomping. Instead of pub stomping, I was stomping on newbies at PAX. That was funny. Yeah, as I was playing, people were coming over and like, what's he doing? Oh my gosh. What's he doing? What's he doing with his face? It was pretty hilarious. But yeah, Brink is cool. I like it. And I love the fact that it has remapping, and the interface for the remapping is super easy to understand, and it's super cool that you can do that in an FPS game. So that was so nice to see. So on Friday, I basically, after this interview, I just sort of walked around the convention center, which was pretty big, and I just got sort of my bearings on where I was going to go. I was planning on Saturday, I was going to attack it, go to each developer, and I was kind of just getting the lay of the land and seeing what was going on and what games were there. Also, after that interview with Splash Damage, I met the guys from Machinima and Hastro, and Hastro was so awesome. Hastro's great, and he totally hooked me up with the Machinima guys. And I did an interview with Tabes, which I totally botched. Totally screwed it up. It was so bad. I didn't even mention the petition. I just mentioned I was talking to developers. It should have gotten me thousands of signatures. It was viewed 100,000 times in 3 days. And I ended up getting me 300 signatures, which, that works, but I screwed that up. But Tabes was awesome. Tabes is great. And it was cool meeting Sark and Hollywood. Hollywood's the editor. And he spliced me up nice and good and saved me from looking like a complete reloy. But that was awesome to meet them. And every time Tabe saw me after that, it was he was all fanboying over me. No, I'm just kidding. This is what his face looked like. Oh my gosh, it's Chuck. To the face with his face. But yeah, it was just really neat to meet the Machinima crew and see them doing their thing all out and about. And that was nice. Definitely a highlight and a bonus. And then that night, Saturday night, went back to my hotel room. Got some seafood, and hung out with the F&G podcast guys, who are just, so awesome. You got Larry Legend, you got Verbal, and you got Mr. I Try Hard. The F&G podcast, I'll have a link to their podcast down below. But they know, every major YouTuber. It was so... I'm sitting in the room, right? And, I roll up with my mini bar. And they know, everybody. Woody's coming over. FPS Russia was there. Bash, Gold Glove, everybody was coming rolling in. And I don't know a lot of the YouTubers that are out there, the major ones. And so I'm going, who's that? They're like, dude, you don't know who that is? I'm like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. That's Team Art. Oh, okay, cool. Man, I knew Woody, but he's easy to spot because it's the cane and he's really old. But at that night, we just sort of just hung out until like 3 in the morning. We were just, you know, just talking about YouTube and all that good stuff and gaming. And I was watching Gold Glove Pwn Bash in some NBA. It was hilarious. Bash tactically retreated from the game. So, yeah, that was a good night. Got to bed wicked late. Was probably asleep by like 4:30 in the morning. Not the best idea for having like my big day ahead of me of talking to developers, but went okay.
Crisis, but he can't, and it's lame, and I'll explain why in the form of song that someone's definitely